For those of you who are behind me, I can't see you. Hello, good morning. You guys ready to learn some social media stuff? All right. I'm always a little bit slower getting started on days where it's foggy and gloomy, rainy. So forgive me if I'm a little slow to get started and get in my rhythm. I like sunlight. I need vitamin D in my life terribly. So I have passed out to everybody just a few handouts. It's a weekly planner to help kind of plan your social media. Also in here, you're going to find like a posting schedule, ideas, some inspiration, holidays to post about, marketing ideas that you can kind of do publicly to advertise and network, story ideas if any of you are on Instagram, and some blog stuff too. For those of you that are in the Zoom or on YouTube, send me an email, timothy@listingnc, and I will share this with you after today's class. I don't have another me to kind of be in and talking to you guys on Zoom, so I apologize that I don't have anybody manning the keyboard. So I'll get that to you guys after the fact. But that's just a cool weekly tool to kind of plan your business. I highly suggest using it. It is going to help you quite a bit. Sorry. So some of the things that I want to talk about are the different social media platforms that are out there. There are dozens. The biggest ones for real estate are going to be Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Some people are also using LinkedIn. They're using Snapchat and Twitter. There's numerous. TikTok. Yes, TikTok is a very big one. If you don't follow Glenda Baker on TikTok, she is amazing at storytelling. She is not young. She does not care how she looks. She gets on there and just tells her stories. And it's something that you could all do as well. I highly suggest following her because she has some great content. But those are all great platforms, but they can be overwhelming because you don't know them. So I want you to pick one or two platforms max and focus on growing your business on just those two platforms. I don't want you to spread yourself too thin. You don't want to put yourself into 10 different social media platforms when realistically you can only manage one or two, especially if you're not already on social media. So I want you guys to kind of think about that. It can take a while to grow your business on any social media page. So I'm going to kind of give you some tips and tricks on how to do that. What we're really going to be focusing on today, though, is Facebook. I have gotten a great video to share with you guys from Mike Sherrod, who's an EXP agent. He really deep dived into step-by-step how to do a Facebook ad, and not just boosting a post. It's actually creating lead generation and lead ads from Facebook. So I'm going to share that with you guys soon. But I just want to go over a couple things that are going to be key in your business for social media. The biggest one is being yourself. You're going to look at the camera and you're going to say, well, I don't like the way I look. I got a scratch on my face somehow from the dogs this morning, and I'm not liking that. I didn't want to get on camera. I woke up this morning and I did not trim up my neckline, which I normally do. I'm very presentable on most occasions, and I don't like the way I look. But if I keep telling myself I don't like that, I need to put on makeup, or I need to do this, or I need to do that to get on camera, I'm never going to do it. So you've got to just put the camera in front of you and not focus on it. When you're doing videos or you're taking photos, don't go back and listen to them or watch them. Just post them. If you go back and you're having to re-listen to them or trying to edit them, you're going to stress yourself out, and you're going to start listening to how you sound, or you're going to hyper focus on what you look like, and it's just going to create this doubt in your mind that should you be doing this and you don't want to do it, and you're just going to throw up mental roadblocks for yourself. Now, if you're trying to do some like really techie stuff and you're good with video editing or photo editing, and you want to add in like bubbles or tech stuff, go for it. But maybe have somebody else do it for you so that you don't look at yourself, or do it on mute so that you don't have to hear how you're talking. Because I know I don't like the sound of my own voice. Apparently a lot of people do, though, because they come to my training and they like listening to me talk, and they don't leave when I'm done. They just hang out. Some of the biggest things that you can do is educate your buyers. Instead of just posting squeeze pages all the time from KV Core, try and find some like frequently asked topics that you get frequently as a real estate agent. What are your clients continuously asking you? Like common theme, like they're asking you about due diligence. Is it refundable? Take those topics, sit down in front of a camera and talk about them. Or even if it's just in text, talk about what you're seeing in your market, educate, be that voice of reason so that they can trust you and learn to get to know you. You want to make sure that you're engaging with your followers. You want to respond to every comment, whether it be good or bad. You want to respond. And before you respond though, something that I got from April earlier this week, are you reacting or are you responding? So if you get a bad or a negative comment on something that you're doing, don't react. Respond and do it in a professional way. I frequently run ads on joining EXP and I get a lot of haters out there. And it's local business owners. It's other business owners, not even real estate agents. It's business owners that they're tired of seeing Facebook ads and they don't understand how it works. So there's actually a way where you can go into Facebook and tell them that I don't want to see ads from anybody. And what I do is when they start going into their rant about meta this, meta that, Facebook sucks, I will actually go to Google, copy and paste. This is how you can unsubscribe from ads. I didn't know if you knew this, but I just became the expert for that person, even though they hate me or they hate my business. But it's funny because 9 times out of 10, it really is another local business owner. And I'm just like, I'm looking them up on Facebook. I'm like, you do realize that you're doing the exact same thing. You're probably just not running your own Facebook. You have someone else doing it for you. But these guys are just getting they get behind the keyboard and they just start going like crazy. And don't stoop to the level. Respond to something witty and encouraging. Let's see what else. Avoid just posting about your listing. So don't try and do just squeeze pages. Try and really get out there and engage them. I can't stress to you how important video is. You got to be doing it. It can be short videos, it can be long videos, it could be you walking a house, it could be you discussing a topic, but you have to be in it. And that is going to be how you get some leads, because they're going to be able to connect with you before they even meet with you. And you're building trust and you're building your brand. So that's something you kind of want to think about, is how can you do that? The going live for open houses, virtual showings, the frequently asked questions, market updates is a great one. So if you do any market updates, do them in video. Pull up your iPad, your phone, your computer, press record. You don't have to be live. You can record it and then update it. And then you can also share in text what your market update was. Great thing about Facebook is they auto-generate subtitles, which I love, because a lot of people are working throughout the day and they don't take the time to actually listen to what you're saying, but they will read it when they see your lips are moving and it has subtitles. Testimonials and success stories are great. So you don't have to necessarily have your client write a testimonial. You can talk about how you excelled for your client. Like, you just got a house under contract. There were 30 other offers on the table. Why did you win? You know why you won, because you went above and beyond. So you need to tell your client's story. You don't have to give numbers or specifics, but you can say, I did my due diligence. I did this, I did that. This is why I stand out. On average, we are showing a few houses and our clients aren't losing out of multiple offers because we're coaching them in how to win. And that's kind of a conversation that you can have. Property photos are a good one. You can do a single property photo. You don't have to do a video, but going out there and talking about the property, but don't just focus on the house. Talk about the neighborhood, talk about the city it's in, talk about the things that are around it. That's really going to kind of boost you up on Google searches and YouTube searches, Facebook, and kind of get that algorithm really working for you. Another thing that we really have been lacking on, I feel like, as an industry, is bios. We all hate writing bios, and we probably wrote it right when we first got our real estate license and haven't updated it since. Doing a video bio will set you apart. I heard about your interview and your resume video. So like that is something that could really set you apart. And it did. It got you into the April Stevens team. So think about how you can talk about yourself without just putting it out there in text of who you are. Let them connect with you on a different level. So that's some really cool things that we've kind of been doing. You're really trying to aim to connect on that personal level. You're not trying, when you're posting on social media, you're not selling. I don't want you to think that you're selling yourself, you're selling a house, or you're trying to sell a service. Your primary goal or motive should be, I'm trying to connect. I'm trying to build relationships, and then the business is going to come from that. You want to make sure that you're providing value, you're capturing their attention, you're educating, you're engaging, that you're posting consistently. And one of the best things that I've just come up with, well, I didn't come up with, but I saw it today, is you want to be posting memorable moments. So something that your client is going to look back at in a year and is going to say, oh, wow, that's going to pop up on your time hop or whatever they call it now, the Facebook memories. And you can share it again throughout the years. So every year you're going to be sharing that closing over and over again. Like, look, this was the day that you bought your house last year. And that moves into 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. It's going to be forever be a connection to your client, not just for you, but for them, because it's going to show up on their page as well. So that's kind of something you want to do. But so we're going to kind of jump into Facebook, this YouTube video. Before I do we have any questions on what we've gone over so far? No, you guys are quiet this morning. Have you had your tea yet? Just me. All right. It really is. That's why I opened the windows, because I'm like, I need just a little bit of something in here. All right. Another thing I just want to make sure you guys know too is we are on Facebook or YouTube, and I've been trying really hard to record all of our trainings. So if you Google or YouTube Timothy Neubauer, real estate mentor broker, you're going to come up with our page, and it's going to have everything that we have. There's about us, virtual tours, stuff that my team's producing, Freedom Builders training. That's what's happening right now. I try to record all of these, and I will put them up here. But the other thing too that I've just figured out is that I can share other people's content. So noteworthy trainings is something that you guys really want to look at, because that's where I'm cool and I'm saving it for what I have. So hold on just a second. That's not the one I wanted. So
Timothy, what's the lady's name that you mentioned from TikTok?
Where's my mouse? There's my mouse. Sorry, guys. Share screen. All right. So please have your notepads ready, because this is some great content.
This is the only video tutorial you're going to have to watch. We're going to show you step by step how to generate leads using Facebook with this one creative strategy. Now, my video last year has been ranking #1 for Facebook ads for real estate agents with over 40,000 views, thousands of comments now. But a lot has changed since last year. This by far has been the most requested video to show you what's working in 2021 based on how the Facebook interface looks today. So what we're going to do is walk you through start to finish, click by click, exactly how to get an ad up and running right now that will give you leads within the next 24 hours. Now, this exact strategy has helped thousands of agents in my own database generate leads very quickly. But I want to say something quickly before we get started. There are some very unique creative strategies that generate you the warmest, hottest leads that convert at the highest rate, which is what everybody wants. If you want to know how to do that, just drop a comment below, because for anybody who has videos, I'm going to give you access to my brand new free training that I just released this year with the strategies that generate the hottest leads in 2021. And we've proven it, and the results are insane, with people closing multiple transactions per month within the first month or two from implementing these strategies. So drop a comment below if you do want to see that free private training. Otherwise, without further ado, let's head on into my screen and show you exactly how to do this step-by-step, click-by-click Facebook ad tutorial. All right, guys, so it's time to walk through this step-by-step from start to finish so that you can follow along, but do exactly that. Open up your screen, make sure you follow along so that you don't miss a beat, because if you skip ahead, you're likely going to make various mistakes that I hear everybody making and people reaching out to me asking what they should be doing. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and create an ad, and this is going to be a lead generation ad. Now, you will have seen that if you watch the previous video that I mentioned previously, that the interface looks a bit different because Facebook is constantly and annoyingly changing it. So this is what it looks like now. It's going to be the exact same process, but there's a couple little quirks and nuances. So what we're going to do is we want to generate some freaking leads. So let's do exactly that. So choose your marketing objective as lead generation, and we're going to click continue. So this is now going to pop up. Now, this is really important for tracking. So I like to make sure that you're always naming things properly, using the proper nomenclature, so that, as you can see over here, whenever you're looking for a specific ad campaign, you know exactly what it's about. So let's just say that we're going to do a custom list of homes under 500K Calgary. So this would be an example of what I would do in my market. And in your market, what you want to be doing with this ad is find the average price that most people can afford. And that's why this works so well, because you're doing a custom list of homes of the most popular listings under a certain price point. That is the average price point that people would be moving down, they would be moving up, they'd be buying their first property, it would be empty nesters. It's very strategic to use this price point that almost anybody can afford if they're looking. So the next thing we have to do is we do have to use the trusty old unfortunate special ad category for housing. Now you come down here, don't worry about A/B testing, don't worry about CBO or campaign budget optimization. You simply don't need it right now. I will create other tutorials showing you about this, and it is in my program. So what we're going to do now is the ad set name. So you'll see that you've got the campaign level, you've got the ad set level, and you've got the ad level. Same process as years in the past, just different formatting, the exact same process. So the ad set is the targeting that you're going to be using. So what we're going to do here is we could say Calgary buyers, because that's who we're going to try and attract. We're going to be using the instant forms, which we'll get to in the ad, which is the lead form that pops up, allowing people to auto-populate their information. Now, you have to choose the correct Facebook page. So we will come down here and I will select this Facebook page. Now, don't worry about dynamic creative either. So provide creative elements such as headlines, will automatically generate combinations for you. You don't need to do this. I think a lot of agents overwhelm themselves with extra layers of complexity that aren't necessary in order to generate leads. Exactly what I'm going to show you will generate you leads within the next 24 hours. The rest of this stuff can be added at a later date. But before you start overwhelming yourself with all of these little campaign budget optimization, dynamic creatives, just ignore it because it's not necessary for right now. So I do recommend that if you're in not the most competitive market, meaning that the smaller population, then I would recommend starting at about $10, $15 a day. If you're in a more competitive market or a more popular market in terms of density of population, like Toronto, Vancouver, LA, Miami, anything like that, I would recommend starting at about $20 a day, just because as everything, ad price is starting to increase over time. Now, what you want to be doing is selecting your starting and end date. So I don't like to just let it ride forever. We're going to choose something like 6 a.m. tomorrow morning, and then make sure that you select an end date, because I've seen so many people spend 10, 20, 30 up to $100 a day, and they forget that they had it set and they didn't set an end date, and now they're just burning money on an ad that wasn't converting for them. So we'll just select something like a couple weeks from now at the same time. And it'll show you that you're going to be reaching about this many people. So now it gets to the creatives. Okay, so this is the audiences that you want to be doing. Now, as you're going to see here, when I select custom audiences, I've got a ton of creative audiences here. This is the stuff that I go through in the training that I talked to you about, that you can get if you comment below. But for this ad, what we're going to be doing is we just want to generate leads. So we're going to select our market center, and we're going to have people living in or recently in this location. There's some creative things you can do with these ones down here, but we won't get into them in this video. So we will choose our market center. Now, again, as you guys know, the special ad category, you do not have the ability to go less than the 15-mile radius, and you cannot adjust the age or gender, right? You can see here that if you try to, it won't let you because of the special ad category. Now, here's a bit of a different thing that you need to be mindful of. Most people say, well, Mike, I can't exclude realtors. I can't even target the people that I want to be targeting on Facebook like I used to be able to. That is okay, because even though Facebook eliminated some of the more creative targeting opportunities that they previously had, their algorithm has become stronger. So if you're in Canada, I typically leave the detailed targeting completely blank, because Facebook's algorithm is so powerful that it's going to go out and find people that are interacting with it, and then tailor the ads to more people who are likely to also interact with it. Whereas if you are in the USA, in the States, then you can add some detailed targeting like Zillow or Realtor.com down here, which might inch you slightly closer to the goal here. So this does, unfortunately, again, the Facebook's little bug, take a moment to show up, but you can see that you can choose Zillow. Now, I wanted to do this because I get a number of people say, Mike, it says ad set might get 0 leads. I'm spending 20 bucks a day. Why would I be getting 0 leads? You're not going to get 0 leads. This is Facebook's little creative way to get you to spend more money on their advertising. So I've done this endless amounts of times before, and even if it says that you're going to get 0 leads, I have always gotten leads 100% of the time. So don't worry about this. So you can play around with adding if you're in the States, Zillow and Realtor.com. But if you're in Canada, leave it blank, you're good to go. Languages, leave it blank again. Now, you don't want to be using automatic placements because it spreads your budget a bit thin. So it says it's recommended, of course, because Facebook wants to spend your money. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the trusty 3 that are proven to get the best results, which is excluding all of these and coming down here. And all we want to do is we want Marketplace for Facebook, Instagram feed, and Facebook newsfeed. These 3 are proven to get the highest results. And I've tested this with hundreds of different ad accounts. So you can start with that. For optimization, just leave it as well. And we will go on to the ad. Now for the ad, what we're going to do is, again, we can say custom list of homes. And it's time to create our ad. So make sure that both your Facebook page are connected and your Instagram account is connected. This is why it is necessary to have a business account on Instagram. And now what we're going to do is select one image, a single image. I know a lot of people are trying to use the carousel because you can show so many photos, but a single image works best for a call to action. Video works very well for collecting data. It works very well for brand awareness. It works very well for nurturing online leads to retargeting and lookalike audiences. But if you want a CTA or a call to action, you want to be using a single image. So we're going to be selecting exactly that, a single image. So we're going to add media, and we are going to choose a photo of a property that looks like the average price point in our market. You don't want to be choosing a property that, if you're in California, it looks like it's from Texas. If you're in Texas, you don't want to be choosing something that looks like, it's from Michigan or New York. You want to be choosing something that looks exactly like your market, because it should be a property from your market. So the one little unique thing that I will say is, ideally choose a property that's slightly higher price than the price point that you're advertising. You are not saying that this property is in that custom list of properties that are under $500,000. It's just a call to action. So if you choose a property that looks like it could be, but is just slightly higher, for example, this one might maybe be about 550,000. It's going to pique curiosity a little bit more, and I've seen it get much better results. So now we've got our image. Now for the text, you can do something very simple. You can say something like, we'll do some sort of emoji. Attention, Calgary. And again, if you look at my free training by commenting below, I'll give you the exact copy. I'm just making this up on a whim here. Properties are flying off the shelf. And I want to make sure you are the first to see the hottest new listings. The question is,
Guys, it's like
first, who gets to take home that adorable little Reese's egg?
We don't want Reese's. No.
We do.
No.
It's nice fingers, so.
And then you can put another emoji. This is a free list of the most popular listings under 500K. And then you can do something like click below to get your free list. Boom, done. Okay, very easy. And then for the headline, put like a property emoji or something like that. And you can just say,
I love his use of emojis.
most
And
popular
descriptors.
listings under 500K. And then maybe draw a little arrow over here. We want to go back up to the top. Nice little finger point like that. Now, for the call to action, learn more is always the best. I find that it converts the highest. I've seen this time and time again, so I will always recommend using that. Now, the last thing is we've got our instant form. So we want to create a form for this property. So what we're going to do is we are going to continue, and we are going to name this form custom list under 500K. We are going to go for more volume. For the intro, we're going to use the image from the ad, as you can see here. For the headline, where would you like us to send your custom list? And then you can again add some sort of greeting if you would like. Now, for a proper lead, we want to be doing email, name, and we want to be doing phone number as well. So we've got all the lead information. I like name to go first, so you can drag and drop this to the top. And now for the privacy, this is an interesting one. So privacy link is going to be the text, policy. Now we want to come to our website here. If we come to my website, which is the eXp Realty website, there's a couple things we want to do. Number one, we need to get our privacy policy from our website. So you come down here, your website should have a privacy policy. So you will select that and you will paste it in here. And then we've got the last part, which is the call to action. So thank you. Click below for your free list of homes. Emoji. Let's spice it up a bit. Now, let us know if you would like to book a private viewing, or if you're looking for something specific. Feel free to call, text me at 000.000 or email at something like that. Now, the call to action, we are going to put the view website. It will be view free list of homes. You can add another emoji if you'd like. And the link. So what are we going to do for the link here? What we're going to do is we're going to come back to our website, and we are looking for the most popular properties in my city under $500,000. So we're going to select my city. We are doing single family. we are going to choose a minimum price of about $100,000 less than what we are advertising, and a max price of under $500,000, so 500,000. Now, what you'll see is that when we come here, it is automatically filtered by popularity. Okay, so because it's filtered by popularity, these are proven based on the MLS data, the most popular properties under $500,000. And now we are going to paste this link in here and then click publish, and there you go. So that is exactly how you create an ad that's going to generate leads within the next 24 hours. And if you want to know the strategies that are going to get you the warmest, hottest, highest converting leads, just drop a comment below and I'll gladly.
All right, so that is a little bit different than how we've been doing things in the past. We have done a lot where we have used different types of squeeze pages. And I just wanted to introduce a different idea. So this is going to do the Facebook lead forms versus us doing squeeze pages. So this is just another method of the madness. It is a lot more involved. Is probably going to take a lot more time, but he's saying that his conversion rates are much higher because of that. So I would say, let's give this a try. Let's see if it works. See if we can get some leads running in. And I also highly suggest checking out his other trainings that he has and other videos. He has some great stuff on how to get buyer leads, how to get seller leads, and understanding the different types of leads that you have coming in from Facebook, other sources, stuff like that, because it really is all over the place based on what you're getting. So if you guys kind of want to play around, I'm willing. We have a little bit of time left. We can kind of run through and kind of do one ourselves. That is up to you. What do you guys want to do?
So it's Michael Reeves, right?
No, it is Mike Sherrod. Is it Sherrod or Sherrod? Yes. Yes. I have actually not been spending as much as I should on Facebook ads. I probably spend about $20 an ad, and I usually let them run for about a week. I am definitely upping the spend on Facebook because I like not having all of my eggs in one basket. So if we can, diversify our portfolio, yeah, I want Facebook leads, I want Making It Rain leads, I want Realtor.com, I want Zillow, I want a little bit of everything, so that if something was to change, that I'm not relying on that one source for my leads. So definitely something that you want to look into and play with.
Now, when you do the lead on Facebook like that, and you look at your Instagram,
Yes, so the way that he is having it set up where it went through Instagram, it's going to do the same thing where it has that learn more. I will tell you, I don't like doing that for boosting posts. I only like doing that on the ones that have like lead forms like this. Boosting posts, you don't want to, if you have like a squeeze page that you're boosting and you boost it to Instagram, it's not going to let you